All right, welcome to the Team Elevate team call. It is officially, I don't know the day today. It is June 12th. We are almost at the halfway mark in the month. So it's time to reflect, sit back, ask yourself, what have we done well this month and what do we need to do better? And so greatest thing about this business, the beauty of this business and the beast of this business is that we are our own boss and we have the ability to break promises and keep promises with ourselves. And I just jumped off a call with my diamond interns, and there are only, very few things that we can control in our business. But there are things that we can control each and every single day. Never fail. Our health and our wellness, right? The things that we can do. Some of you can't work out, but we can always focus on our nutrition. We can focus on the amount of lives we are reaching out to. No, we can't focus on the amount of people that we're getting to say yes, but we can focus on the amount of people that we're reaching out to. We can focus on the amount of content we're spreading, the passion that we're spreading to the world, and we could focus on our personal development. And so if you go to bed, you can't determine your worth in this business based on the amount of yeses that you get, the amount of successful points that you have. But each and every single night you need to ask yourself, did I control the things I could control today? And if the answer is yes, then you should be so proud of yourself, and you are building the foundation to a successful business. You're pumping that well and you are building that momentum. But guys, you are not running a business if you are not doing the controllable things. Being on a team call like this is the first step, and I'm proud of all of you guys for making it a priority tonight. So awesome job. We are recording. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to do some recognition. Luckily, I'm your guest speaker tonight because I feel like we just need kind of like a vital behavior lowdown tonight of the four stages of growth as a leader in this business. And so let's start with some recognition. Okay, so for those of you new coaches on the call, Success Club is basically what you're looking at right now. So SC stands for Success Club, and that measures the amount of lives that you change. And so for every challenge pack you sell, you earn 2 points. Challenge pack is in a fitness order with Shakeology. So Lift 4 and Shakeology. Or performance line, Lift 4 in the performance line. If you go into teambeachbody.com, you click shop, you click challenge packs. Those are all the different options of challenge packs for people. Also, if you sell Shakeology HD on its own, HD means home direct, you also earn 2 Success Club points, okay? So we have an insane amount of people over here. Look at all those freaking names. There's got to be like 30 to 40 names over there who have changed at least 1 to 2 lives. Guys, listen, if you have changed 1 to 2 lives this month, it is hustle mode. You have changed 1 life, maybe 2 lives. It is now time to change 2 more. You hit the benchmark of Success Club when you change 3 lives a month, okay? Success Club 5. Now, 5 shouldn't be your goal. You'd rather fall short of $1 million than fall short of $1,000. So aim high. Aim for 20 Success Club points. Aim for 10 lives changed. If you fall short at 10, you're still going to hit Success Club and you're still going to be proud of yourself. But those of you over here, I don't want to see anybody over here. I don't want to see anybody left in the almost there section, because almost there tells me that you just didn't push hard enough. But you're capable of hitting that point of Success Club 5, Success Club 10. Okay? Game the F on. All right. So those of us who have already hit Success Club this month, with Success Club 6, meaning 3 lives changed, we have Cassandra Wicker, Catherine Mason, Michelle Hummerick, Amanda Johnson, Teresa Neitlinger, Lauren Register, Kaylin Breitz, and Caitlin Walsh. With 8 points, which is 4 lives changed, we have Cassie Schmelzinger, Jenna Ruffo, and Stephanie Pike. With 10, 5 lives changed, we have Andrea Slifka, Kelsey Moore, and Meg Worthen. With 12, 6 lives changed, we have Nancy Vargas, Nancelot Varga. She's like one of my oldest coaches, and I used to say her name like that all the time. With 18, an incredible 9 lives changed, we have Meg Jones. With 24, myself. With 12 lives changed, Ashley Feldison. With 26 points, which is 13 lives changed, we have Sydney Thompson and Michaela Vargelakis. And then with 30 points, 15 lives changed, we have Kate Morgan. So far, actually, I forgot to update this number. I think we are at probably almost close to 200 lives changed in 12 days. Guys, let that sink in. Pinch me. In 12 days, our team, because we made the decision to change our own lives, we have changed over almost 200 lives, okay? Our coach of the week this week is Meg Worthen, because she came out like a firecracker this month. She, didn't just aim for Success Club 5 and let her business, flow like that. Sky's the limit. She came in, she already has Success Club 10. I had a one-on-one call with her, and I got off the call and I texted her coach, and I was like, I freaking love her. Like, her energy, just positivity. She's just somebody that you want to be around. She's that light that you want to be around. And so in this business, people want to join the people who know where they're going. So guys, have that confidence, be that light, know where you're going, and people will want to attract you. All right, for those of you going to Summit this Saturday at 10 a.m. at 10 a.m. we're doing a Summit prep call. So 6:16, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time, we are doing a Summit pre-call. We're going to talk about everything that you need to know. All right, 6:15 this Friday, money is due. No later than 6:15 for people who you owe hotel money to. Moving on, headlines. This Wednesday, so tomorrow night, I will be doing an Emerald push call. So if you are a coach who is not yet Emerald, your butt needs to be on this call with me at 8:30 tomorrow. Or if you have a coach who is pushing for Emerald, you need to make sure they are on this call with me tomorrow at 8:30. We will be talking about all the importance of Emerald and basically getting them there as soon as possible. Okay? One of the last things I want to talk about, so many headlines this week. Guys, there are too many people who aren't going through Team Elevate, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit, and going through the videos. Like, I'm, going through the resources that we're putting out for you. We are sharing, I just made a video the other day about Share a Cart. Share a Cart is going to change your life. If you are actively changing lives, which if you're on a call like this, I know you guys are all aiming to, you need to know what Share a Cart is. It's going to be a game changer for you. Share a Cart basically makes you set up their cart for them. It eliminates them having to click a link and then them having to go pick out their Shakeology and then them basically leaving it in the cart. Instead of them taking 5 minutes to think about what they're doing, you create the entire cart for them. It gets sent to their email. All they do is put in their credit card info and done. 30 seconds for them to not change their mind versus them having to click a link and take 5 minutes to change their mind. Share a Cart is where it's at. And on Share a Cart, you get to see where they are. So like if I send a girl a link, sent her email, I can go see if she viewed it or if she already purchased it. It's none of that like bebopping around like, hey, did you take a look at it? Or hey, did you finish? Hey, this, hey, that. It eliminates all of that stress. There is a video in Team Elevate. Search in the search bar, Share a Cart, and it will be everything you need to know. I break it down for you, okay? Also, it's a really easy way for you guys to be signing up discount coaches that way. So if you're on track to hit Emerald or Diamond, it's a great way for you to hit that with signing discount coaches. Next thing is Google Keep. If you are just all over the place with scripts and like, especially for most of you who have jobs and are busy, keep your stuff in one spot. Organization is so key. Tomorrow, for Wildcard Wednesday, I don't know, for those of you who didn't hear me last week, instead of Top Tip Tuesday, we're going to make a Wildcard Wednesday, and I'm just going to come on Wednesdays with a topic. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking a little bit about organizing your business. And so Google Keep is one of those first things that you guys need to implement on your computer or on your phone. The beauty of Google Keep is that you can have it on your computer and on your phone. It's the same app. So anything you change on your computer, it looks exactly like it does on your phone. So this is what it looks like. Hang on, let me share my screen. This is what it looks like. It is awesome. Well, not that. I have so many tabs open. So it looks like this, and you can organize it colors that you want, and you could do like your Share a Cart scripts, your 2B Mindset scripts. I have all of my scripts here, and then it looks exactly the same when I open it on my phone. So when I open it on my phone, it looks exactly the same. So anything I change on my computer, it instantly changes here. So if I'm doing invites on Instagram here, boom, got it. If I'm doing invites on Facebook here, boom, got it. So just really make sure you guys utilize that. And so don't wait for me though. Go figure out how to use it on your own. You are the CEO of your business. Okay, let me try to organize this now. Your guys' faces keep getting in my way. All right, back to where we were. Can you guys still see my screen? Yes, Ellie, I can see your face. You can see it? Okay. All right, so make sure you're using ShareCart and Google Keep. And then the very last thing, which I am so freaking excited about, is the first time I had told you guys, you have something incredible to look forward to in July. So I am teaming up with some of the very tippy top leaders in the entire network, and we are doing a Make It Rain training on all of you guys. It is a training that you must qualify for. No, it is not a diamond dash. No, it is not any type of dash. It is going to be a solid training for you leaders. The only thing you need to have in order to enter the group is you must have 4 active coaches. You must have 4 personally sponsored active coaches below you in order to qualify for the training. You have Bree Headley, who is Amy Silverman's #1 coach in her business. Jamie Ennis, who is Chelsea Pearson's #1 coach in the business, number 11 on the team. Carly Lindor and Bree Headley are success partners. Carly, I don't know much about, but she's number 65 in the network. Mandy Kai, who's one of my good friends, she spoke on our call a couple days ago. And then this girl, she's like so pretty, and she's going to be one of your trainers, so you can probably be on there with her. I'm just kidding, and she spelled my name wrong. She needs to fix that. But we are all pairing up, we're grouping up, and we're like, we've been planning it for the last 3 weeks, just going to jump on and give you guys an incredible training. So you need to have 4 active personally sponsored coaches, which basically is just Emerald times 2. And if you're on this call, all of you guys by July 1st should be a no-brainer, at least Emerald, if not well on your way to Diamond by then. And you'll get access into that group, and we are planning on making it absolutely incredible. So definitely be on that. Okay, let's see any questions because I saw the chat blowing up. Holy shiz. Yeah, Bree's so awesome. Okay. All right, cool. Let's dive right into this. So it is 9:15. And so guys, I wanted to just kind of take tonight to talk about, I feel like so often we feel like as coaches, we need to have this talent. We need to have this like talent to be a successful coach, but that is so wrong. To be a successful coach, you need to have passion, you need to have vision, and you need to have grit. Basically, you need to have passion for what you love. If you love, like for me, I personally fell in love with the way I felt so much that I wanted to share that with the other Ashes of the world. That's passion. My passion is going to be different than your passion. What is it that got you started? What is it that pushes you every single day? Now, vision. You better believe that if you're in this business, you have got to believe in your core that it's going somewhere, that you are going somewhere in this business. You can't just be in this business and hope that it's going to work. You have to know damn well that this is going to work. When I was making $300 a week as a coach, I always knew. I always treated my business and I knew that I was going to be a 6-7 figure earner coach because I knew in my gut that other people have done it. There's no reason why I can't do it. And so I worked my business as if I was already a 6-figure earner. And that's that belief. That's that vision that you guys have to have instilled in your core. And then that grit. You've got to grind. You've got to share that passion. You've got to believe day after day after day. And you've got to do the things that get you one step further. You can't let those things you can't control get in your way. You've got to focus on the controllable. And so these are the 4 stages. I kind of made these up, but I was just sitting back the other day when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about on the call. And these are just the 4 stages as you come into this business. And I think the beauty of these 4 stages is that you never lose them. So like you're not just in stage 1 and then you translate into 2. It's like you're in stage 1 and then you pick up stage 2. And then you have both stage 1 and stage 2. And then you pick up stage 3. And then you have 1, 2, and 3. And then you pick up stage 4. And it's this growth process. And so the first stage is the sponge stage. And this is a stage that if you skip it, or if you ever lose it, you will never be successful. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. Then you have this trial stage. This trial stage is basically you taking off your training wheels and you going out and doing stuff. You get off of your mother's boob and you start doing the things in this business that you have got to do on your own. You start that, you really start to do those things. You start sending invites on your own. You start running those coach sneak peeks on your own. And we're going to talk about that more in a minute. Then this duplication stage. This is where your belief really has to kick in. Not only are you doing it on your own, but now you're getting other people under your wing and they're starting to do it with you. But they're only going to do it with you if you see the bigger picture. And then there's this leader stage where not only are you getting people under your wing, you're getting a team under your wing, and you are acting as this leader that your team needs. And so you start picking up this cycle over time in order to grow a successful business. And these are all mindset things. These are mindset and action filled things. So let's talk about the sponge stage, the stage where you're in a new business. What is the very first thing that you get as a new coach? You get the new coach welcome email, or however you got started, depending on when you signed up to be a coach. But this is the very first stage. If you were to skip the new coach welcome email and you were to skip over basically building that relationship with your coach, which some coaches do and they never work out, and that's obviously they're skipping that sponge stage. But let's say you're on this call. A lot of you are in the sponge stage right now where you're a new coach and you're just picking up as much information as possible. Team calls. When I post in Team Elevate, when I do live trainings, when your coach does live trainings, when your coach is consistently trying to fill your cup with training, we're not doing it for us to be successful. We're doing it for you to continue being a sponge. Now, I want you guys to remember something, that 3 years into your business, 10 years into your business, Pat Reelman, 10 years into his business, has never stopped being a sponge. And I think that's one of the reasons why he is such an incredible leader, is that he is every single day learning from other people, learning whether it's from Tony Horton or Tony, what's Tony's last name? I'm drawing a blank. Michelle Cahill, are you on this? I forget his name. I need to know now. Robbins. Oh my God, thank you, Horton. Tony Horton is the creator of P90X. Tony Robbins, yes. So whether you're learning from Tony, or he's learning from Tony Robbins or Gary Vee or me or you guys, like he's consistently picking up these things from other coaches. And so that's the stage that you never have to be in. There's nothing worse, or that you never get away from. There's nothing worse than being on a call with somebody or trying to give somebody guidance. They're just not taking it. They're not taking it. And I look at them, I'm like, you've got to take it in. You've got to hear the experiences of coaches who have been through it in order to really be able to sit back and analyze, not to make those mistakes. And that's the beauty of having a team, is I can come on here and tell you the mistakes I've made, and you guys cannot make them. Like, be a sponge. Be a sponge. Go on YouTube. Make sure you're getting on every team call. Not on team calls when you feel like it. Guys, Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. do not mean optional happy hour out at the bar if your friends invite you. This is business time. For those of you not showing up on your team calls, like, this is business time. Every time you don't show up on a team call, you are breaking a promise with your business. And I know how badly you guys want this. If you have a call, you have to make it a priority. This is a part of being a sponge in this business. Calls, trainings, relationships, personal development. Be that sponge, okay? And so continuing to hold on to that, and then translating that into this trial stage of your business. Now it's time to start stuff. Now it's time to actually take off, put on your entrepreneur pants, put on your big girl pants, and really start trying stuff. Sending invites on your own. I know it's scary, but if you believe in your core that the other people deserve to feel the way you feel, you're never going to sell a thing in your entire life. Talking on your Instagram stories. For those of you, raise your hand if you talk on your Instagram stories. And I'm not just saying post your workouts and post things, but talk. I want to see hands. Do you talk on your Instagram stories? Like, you talk to human beings. Okay. Good. I see a lot of hands. For those of you with your hands down, it's time to start talking. People cannot build relationships with you if they don't know what you sound like. People want to put a face and a voice to your invite. So if you're consistently sending invites, they want to know what your voice sounds like. It's going to be such an easier way. It's kind of funny, the people whose hands I see up are the ones who are consistently changing lives, because they're the ones opening up. They're the ones being transparent. They're letting people in. Guys, we're weird. I'm weird, so I attract weird. I'm weird, so your coach, whoever signed you up, probably has these weird antics that you like because she's normal. She's human. Nobody wants to buy or be like somebody who's absolutely perfect. That's intimidating. I was attracted to my coach because she still had weight to lose, but she was waking up every single day and was showing me what I was capable of doing. And she was doing it every day. even through her busy schedule, even though she didn't have a six-pack stomach, I wanted to be a part of her team because she was showing up to herself so much that I knew she was going to show up to me. That's trust. That's transparency. Not having a six-pack abs, not trying to talk perfectly on camera. It them your weirdness. Like, you don't have to look perfect. You don't need to be this perfect person. You're going to relate to the other yous of the world. And take it from my example. This is me telling you where I failed. All of 2015, I tried to be this perfect human being, and I tried to attract this perfect person. I can just throw away my first year of coaching because I have 1 to 2 coaches left from 2015 to 2016 because I was trying to attract this perfect person. They'd come in. We didn't have any chemistry. They'd realize that, I wasn't good at mentoring them because I couldn't meet them where they were because we were so different, and then they'd leave. The second I realized that I needed to speak my truth on social media was the second that I started to attract the other Ashleys who had been where I started or are currently at where I am, and we could run together. And that's how Team Elevate has grown. So for those of you in the trial stage, out of the sponge stage, or not out of it, have picked up the sponge stage into the trial stage, you now are trying these things. It's all about trial and error. Getting on social media, and sometimes some of you guys are like, oh, well, I only had one person message me back. You had one person message you back. Do you know how incredible that is? The ability to change one life based on a post. You are changing lives each and every single day from these little tiny little snippets and breadcrumbs of posts, okay? So when you're in that trial stage, you're going to try stuff. And you're not going to be perfect. You're going to send invites. And you're going to run coach sneak peeks. And sometimes they're going to suck. And sometimes they're going to rock. But you're going to learn. I posted, a couple weeks ago, I posted a photo of my very first video I ever made on YouTube and what I looked like and how I was stuttering like crazy. I was like, and I was so nervous and I was so held back, but I needed to be her in order to be the leader I am today. And you guys need to be exactly where you are right now, and you need the experiences and the trials and the errors in order for you to become the strong ass leader you guys are all destined to be. Some of you already are. I mean, all of you are on track to be there as long as you keep doing the things to get you there, okay? All right, the duplication stage. Now this is where it starts getting really fun. You've you've picked up that sponge stage. You are confident with this business. You know this business rocks. You know you rock. You know that you are a freaking rock star. Now you've started trialing things. You know what works. You know what you're good at. You know how to send invites. You know how to run groups. You are building relationships with people. Now you're starting to build traction and you are getting people on your team. And you're finding, let's say you found one Sally who wants to run with you. And this is where the fun really starts. This is where Jen Dollinger was my first coach. And I remember we started Team Elevate together. And that's where it's like you put your heads together. And now you not only have one person with this sponge and this knowledge and being able to do these things, but now you have 2 people doing it together. And so the biggest thing I can say in the duplication stage is that you have to be the type of coach that you want. Your first coach is going to come to this business and she might stick around forever and she might quit, but she's going to be exactly like you. If she wants this business, she's going to do the things that you do to a T. She is going to be the coach that you are. So if you only send invites on days you feel like it, she's only going to send invites on days she feels like it. If you only work out for the camera and you're not losing any weight, in fact, you're gaining weight and you're eating like crap, and this business isn't a priority and your nutrition isn't a priority, she's gonna believe the same things. But if you're showing up and you're treating this business like a business, if you were on the National Wake Up Call 2 weeks ago, we had Ruth Schauner on there. And Ruth Schauner went from a diamond coach to 15-star diamond coach in 2 years. She went from making $50,000 as I think she was a teacher, to now making 7 figures as a Beachbody coach. And the one piece of her business that changed forever was that she presented this opportunity to her best friend, and her best friend was like, Ruth, look, all you have to do to run a successful network marketing company is treat it like a business. Treat it as if you're in corporate America and running a business. And Ruth was like, you know what? You're right. If I treat this like a business, people are going to take me seriously, and I'm going to start taking myself seriously, and I'm going to get some major results. And she never looked back from then. And guess what? Because she took her business seriously, her coaches started taking her business seriously. And so for those of you who have only been a coach for a couple days, weeks, months, it starts now. It starts today. It starts with you making team calls a priority. It starts with you making your relationships a priority. You not breaking promises with yourself. The more promises you break with yourself, the more times your coaches are going to break the promises with themselves and break promises with you. I want this so bad for all of you guys. And, I talk to a lot of coaches who say they want it so bad and have these words that come out of their mouth, and I see them smile and they get so excited. And then a week has passed and I look at them and I'm like, what's up? Like, why aren't you doing anything? And they're like, oh, I know. And then I'm like, okay, well, your coaches are going to do the exact same thing. That's why your coaches are all falling off. That's why, your team is disappearing. That's why you almost hit diamond and now you're back to, just yourself. You can't just get on the escalator and get off the escalator, get on the escalator and get off the escalator. You have got to make that decision. Shit or get off the pot. But if you're going to shit and you're going to sit there and stay on that toilet, you better be showing your leaders, your teammates, how to do it too. Exactly what you do is going to be what they do. Okay? Sponge, trial and error, duplication. You're all three of these things. And now you start translating this into the leader. Now you've got the, and this could happen in your first 2 weeks as a coach. Really, realistically, I want the leader stage, I want you to hit leader as quickly as possible. I want you to become that strong leader as quickly as possible. Some of you have been a coach for 2 weeks and I already see this leader stage in you. I've seen you be a sponge and then moved into this trial and error stage and then picked up this duplication. And now you're a leader. And now you pick up this leadership stage, and now it's where you really have to be this model. And so if I only ran team calls when I felt like it, none of you guys would take them seriously. No way. If I only changed one life a month as the leader of Team Elevate, none of you guys would take Success Club seriously. No effing way. You're, as a leader of your team, some of you, you're a non-existent team, but the quicker you take on this leadership role, the quicker your team is going to show up. And not only are they going to show up, but they're going to stick around. You've got to be this leader for people. You've got to have this belief. You've got to not ever talk negatively about your team. You've got to not ever talk negatively about customer service. I cannot stand when people talk negatively about customer service. I'm like, look, they do so much for us. We have 400,000, or coach relations, we have 400,000 coaches. They are patient. Okay, so what? They're not American, but they answer our questions and we always have the ability to get through to them. They do a lot for us. We only pay them $15 a month for them to do everything for us. We have no inventory in our house. Cut them a little slack. Be patient. You are the CEO of your business. You are the leader of an organization. You have to treat it like that. You have to treat it like a company. And so if you do, just like Ruth said, the quicker you start truly treating it as if you are the business owner, you will start getting these leaders to feel that same way. Exactly the way you think is exactly what your leaders are going to start doing. And so now we move from duplication stage of when you're really trying to get these people in and get them to start doing the vitals. Now leadership stage is really when you're starting to create leaders of your own. Leadership stage is where now you have these people coming in this and they're starting to create teams of their own, but they are not going to create teams of their own unless you are being that model for them and you are being that person for them that they absolutely need to look up to. I had Pat Reelman as my mentor for the last 3 years of my business. That's why I've grown a successful business, because I've had an incredible mentor paving the way for me. And so for you guys, you've got to crave that mentorship, and you've got to crave the ability for your girls to jump on a team call in a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, and know that they had the exact mentorship, that exact leadership that they absolutely needed. Because if they don't have that from you, your team is going to be a house of cards, and nobody wants a house of cards. Don't show up on days you feel like it. Don't show up, when it's convenient for you. Show up because it's your business and you're done breaking promises to yourself, because that is the number one way to fail, is broken promises. Okay. So let's reflect. Reflection. I want to make this interactive. So if you're on your phone, do it. You're going to do it on your phone. If you are on your computer, you're going to do it on your computer, but I want to read these things. So I'm going to stop actually sharing my screen with you, and I'm going to read them to you. Yay, 74 eyes on. This is fun. Okay, don't get off until we take a photo. So this is gonna be the last thing we do tonight. We're gonna do a little bit of reflecting. So if you're on your phone, make sure you have it in front of you. If you are on your computer, make sure you have it in front of you, and we're gonna do some reflecting, all right? So you're gonna rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. Be honest. Please be honest. This is the way that you are going to grow in this business. This is the opportunity for you to be a sponge in this business, all right? And when you're finished, and also when you're done commenting, just save it in one like text box. Don't send them separately. Sorry, I have so many directions. For all of you people who answered, you don't like rules, this is not for you, because I'm a Ruby through and through. I'm looking at Sydney, you are too. But like, okay, so don't send it all at one time. Save it, and then we're gonna also copy it over into Team Elevate because I want to look at it. Okay. Why are you such an awesome human? Oh, Lauren, I love you. Okay, are you ready? Scale from 1 to 10. I'm going to read them. Number 1, I have started and finished our team training. This is going to be a little bit of like back knowledge for some of you, like more veteran coaches, but I have started and finished our team training, whatever team training you went through. Scale from 1 to 10. Okay. Number 2, I am on every team call, or I listen to every team call recording if I can't make it. Three, I stay on top of posts in Team Elevate. Four, I follow a nutrition plan at least 5 days a week. It's a part of your business. Best way to grow a successful business is get results. Okay, next one. I don't know what number we're on because they're bullets. I am proud of my workouts each week. Next one, I am consistently sharing on social media. And that's not just all about Beachbody, that's just sharing the 5 things that make you you. I am finding the other me's of the world and inviting them consistently. I am becoming the leader that I want to see in my downline. Even if you don't have any yet, are you proud of the person you are? And would you be proud would you be proud of your coaches if they did the things you do today? The actions that you do, would you be proud of that person? My actions match my words. So like if you want to build a 6-figure income, like are you doing the things to get you there? My actions match my words. Next one, I control the controllable. Okay, and then the very last one is I believe I am capable of achieving the scary goals I crave. You guys didn't follow directions. I'll send them. It's okay. All right, so this is more so for you than for me, obviously. This is a reflection. This is time for you to sit back and I just gave you an outline of the things that you should be focusing on as a coach. Those things that you just answered, and I'm going to post a screenshot in Team Elevate, those are the things that you should be consistently asking yourself. Are you showing up to your workouts? Are you proud of your nutrition? Are you being the leader that you crave to have in your downline? I promise you, the second that you get a coach who wants this, you're going to start working so much harder because you want her to do exactly what you do. But don't let it get there. Be her first. Be her before you even find your first coach, okay? All right, so we will post those in Team Elevate after, but that was more so for you. So really taking the time to ask yourself and reflecting on those things. All right, then the last reflection we're going to do, Pat did this with me the other day, and it was so helpful, and I want you guys to reflect as well. So I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to give you an example of what mine was, and then we're going to do it together. This might take some thinking. What is one thing in this business that you are consistently worried about growing? So personally for me, mine was my income. I just crave more income. Okay. Then the next question was, now what is one thing that you are proud of yourself for in that area? Mine was, so even though I want more, today I am proud that I'm able to put more into my savings each week than I made in a month of teaching. And it just helps you sit back and realize, oh my God, we can't focus so much on what's next that we still sometimes have to sit back and celebrate on how far we've come. And that makes us, sometimes, especially as runners and sprinters in this business, we're always so focused on what we still have left to accomplish that we don't celebrate, take a breath and celebrate how far we've come. So this is the time to do that. So this is what I want you to put in the box, because I want to read these. First question is, what is one thing in this business that you are consistently worried about growing? Take a second to ask yourself, whatever it might be. I don't want to give you examples because I don't want you guys to gravitate toward them. But what is one thing in this business that you are consistently worried about growing? I want to read them. I crave a body that I imagine. Rank, growing your followers based on your progress. Growing a strong team, finding the other yous. Your team, rank, income, leadership, elite. Your team, rock stars, income, being a good leader. Your journey, freedom. I love these. Okay. Getting coaches, worried about getting my team to grow. All right. So now take those things that you are consistently thinking about. Obviously, if this is the first thing that you wrote, that you typed, this is obviously your first thought. The one thing that you are consistently worried about growing. Now, I want you to tell me what one thing in that area you're proud of yourself for. So in that one thing that you are consistently worried about, I want you to celebrate something that you're proud of yourself for. Boom, showing up. I love these. Chills. Read these if you're not, guys. They're so powerful. So often we focus on what's next that we don't sit back and celebrate these things. These things that you're proud of are going to be they are the things that you absolutely needed in order to build your next steps on. And so you have to celebrate these things. Use that celebration as encouragement to move forward. And so I think one of the misconceptions at being a business owner is that we always have to have these big, giant goals. Now, yes, goals are good, but you have to have a healthy relationship with your goals. Now, if you're somebody who, if you don't hit a goal, you shut down, you can't be that person. Set a goal, guys, and understand that, you know what? I'm going to set a goal that scares the shit out of me. Because if I set a goal that I was comfortable with and I fell short of that comfortable goal, I would be in this zone of still comfort, and I'd be really upset with myself. But if I set a goal that scares me, my actions are going to match that. If you set a goal that absolutely scares the butthole out of you, then you're going to start. So many laughs under that. You're going to start working a lot harder to reach that goal. Like I said earlier, you'd rather fall short of $1 million than fall short of $1,000. Same thing with your goals. Set them big. And then, and then make your actions match that. But it's just so important for us to consistently reflect. You guys know that I'm a big mindset person, and I really want you guys to become that way too, and help instilling that into the core of your teams of your own. If you're on this call, you all should crave your own teams. I don't do this. I don't want Team Elevate to be the last thing for you. I want you all to start your own teams and start team calls on your own. I want you to take off your training wheels and ride out of my nest and go off and do your own thing. And that is the end goal, is duplication. And then you to get your girls to do the same thing, and you to create that freedom, and you to really reach those goals. But in order for you to do that, you've got to be a sponge. You've got to do trial and error. You've got to duplicate, and you've got to be the leader. You've got to do all 4 of them each and every single day, each and every week, each and every single month, in order for you to build this rock solid foundation for you to build your business on top of. And so I could want it all. I could want it as bad as I want for you. Your coach can want it as bad as she wants for you, but you have to want it enough to work for it each day. No more broken promises. Going to bed knowing that you could control the controllable, and knowing that there are some things in this business, in your life, in America or Canada if you're from there, or UK, I don't know if we have any UK coaches, that you just simply can't control. So you've got to just take the responsibility of your business and control the controllable. Okay. Me and Ellie are wearing the same top. Okay, what questions that you guys have? I am finished with my training, so if you guys have any questions, I'll give you a second to answer, and then we're going to take a selfie if you guys don't have any questions. Tonight was kind of like a motivation call. Oh, a little headline. Thursday, Ariel Connor, okay, just ask it in the chat. Thursday, Colleen Curtis, she is a 7-star diamond elite. She's a 2-time elite coach. She's a rock star. She's one of my good friends. She is going to be going live. She was supposed to be our guest speaker this week. That's why I had to take over, but unfortunately she has a newborn, and her husband was out of town, so she couldn't do it. She's going to be going live in our team page on Thursday, talking all about Instagram. So she is an absolute rock star. She is, she's just awesome. She's a new mom. She's a big mindset girl. So make sure that you guys put it on your calendar that Thursday. I'm not sure what time she's going to go live, but she is going to go live on Thursday. Okay. I have a question. Ariel O'Connor, just ask it. What does a full-time schedule look like? My husband and I decided that I'm going to watch my son and not take the extra nannying job so that I can focus on this amazing business. So that's probably a conversation that I know it looks different for everybody, especially in different parts of your business. Now, when I went full-time, I'm not going to lie, I work a lot. I work a lot because I freaking love it. I wake up at 6:30. I sit in my office chair until 8:30. Then I go downstairs. I eat breakfast, come back up until 10:30, and I just work, and the morning flies. And then I work out, sit on my couch, and I'm lazy and watch Shameless. And then I message on Instagram. And then you have a kid though, so it's going to be different for you. I personally just have dogs. So maybe having that conversation with somebody like Nancy or Cassie, the stay-at-home moms, Jen Dollinger, the ones who stay home full-time with their kids, that would be a good question to ask them. But there's always going to be somebody on our team who you can resonate with. Rebecca Odom is a really great one to reach out to. So just you can always, guys, feel free to ask any questions whenever you want in Team Elevate. That is the purpose for our team page, is relationships and growth. Ask questions whenever you feel like it. Don't always feel like you have to go to your upline consistently to ask the question. If you have the question, other people have it. So feel free to voice yourself in Team Elevate, okay? Yes, the summit call will be, I can record it, Teresa, on Saturday. That's no big deal. And then that way, and then we can, I can have a note taker, and we can write down some of the things that we talked about on Saturday. Yes, Rebecca just messaged you, so you guys can chat. Perfect, Jenna. All right, girls, let's take a quick selfie. A couple girls hopped off. Ready? We're on the first page. 1. Hannah, love your peace signs. 2. Hey, if your face is on, take your face off, or take your name off. I want to see your face. Jenna, Rachel. Nope. Okay, they missed it. Oh wait, we have a 4th page. Hold on, guys. I just messed something up. Okay, never mind. We're good. All right, well, I will post the recording tomorrow morning, and I will talk to all of you guys later this week. Guys, have an incredible week, and remember, you can only control the things that you can control. And I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.